Before we get going with the Talent Factory, we need to lay down some ground rules, okay? I don't normally play with many rules. I like to just go with the flow. But there's one particular rule that we must abide by, and that is we can only sign Portuguese players, okay? If we get sort of random foreign players coming through the youth ranks, that's okay. And if we start the game with a few foreign players, that's fine. But once they leave, we have to replace them with Portuguese players. There's one other nation that I'm allowing signings from. No. Not Brazil. That's easy mode, right? And Brazil don't need any help. They can develop their own youngsters, right? We're picking another hotbed of South American football. No, not Argentina. Come on now. Not Uruguay. Peru. That's right. It probably won't come up much initially, being in the 4th tier. I'm not sure if that will happen much. But eventually, as well as making Portugal an absolute superpower, the goal of this save is to have, it might be a bit of a stretch, have one of our youth players win the Ballon d'Or. That is the ultimate goal, obviously, and have lots of national team members, win the World Cup, etc., etc. But that's our internal goal as the Talent Factory, to create the best player in the world. So, yeah. And then also, because, Peru. It's Peru, innit? We'll help them out a bit. We'll later on maybe try and get a few players from Peru and sign with us. Maybe get a Peruvian player to win the... Let's baby steps. So welcome. This is our ground. At some point, we'll do a little walk around it on Google Maps. Its pitch arguably needs to be relayed, especially if we're going to be playing some solid football. And I do believe that's a cemetery. It's all for the youth players that didn't make it. It's like the factory rejects, the cast-offs, if you will. But without further ado, let's get into this. Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome to Lusitânia Lourosa. I just want to preface this whole series by saying I apologise to anyone that is Portuguese, that speaks Portuguese, or that has ever heard the Portuguese language. I will be murdering pronunciations, but I will be doing my best, so suck it up. Okay? Good. Right. Probably thinking why I picked this team. Well, my knowledge of the 4th tier of Portuguese football is limited. Obviously, I didn't want to manage a B team. There's lots of B teams in these divisions. You can kind of see how big the relegation zone is. Don't worry about that. I'm not. Look at it. Don't worry about that. So obviously, badge is an important factor for me. It's got an animal on it. It's got a lion on it. He's dribbling the football. He's doing a little step over. He's got one hand on the trophy. Foresight, foreshadowing, yeah. And also, I didn't want a club that had the vision of, sign high reputation players or do all sorts of random stuff. I just wanted it very basic, and also wanted it to be, there's a mixture of professional and semi-professional teams. I did want it to be professional, because that helps develop the youth players. I haven't looked at any of these yet. I haven't looked at the screens. I haven't looked at the youth team, because that's going to come, okay? We're going to do everything we can to develop and use youth without getting sacked, if you know what I mean. We might take a little bit of a risk. So first things first, let's have a look at the club info. We knew it was 1924. I am the manager. That's about as good as we can get. If anyone would like to make kits for this team using these colours, these base colours, the yellow, orange and green, just tweet me if you're interested, or message me on Discord or something like that. And with Portuguese, isn't there a famous Portuguese cola? I might be just making that up. Portuguese companies as the logo, please. Right, so good, lovely. 8,000 capacity or used capacity. Let's actually have a look at the stadium. Yeah, 8,000 all-seater. It's getting on a little bit. I think seats is optimistic. It's getting old a little bit, but that's fine. It's owned by the club, which is good. The stadium condition is good. The surface is grass. we've seen the bit. And they've got average youth recruitment, added academy, and then good facilities. That's the main thing, obviously, that is key to this, because when you're until you get to the top division and get some money, it's very hard to get facilities done. So this was the biggest reason, was good facilities. Don't care if their youth team is rubbish now or their team is rubbish now. It's fine. Let's have a look at finances. I don't mind if there's no money in the bank. I just hope there's no debt. Okay, 216k. We are spending 5,700 on wages. We've got a little bit of leeway, and okay, and no debt. Okay. Well, I'll take that. Overall, I will take that. Let's have a look at the. Do we go straight into the squad? I'm scared. Like I said, we've got a Zambian, we've got an Italian. They can stay for as long as I want to keep them, but as soon as they go, they're gone. I didn't want to just have to dump out anybody that's not Brazilian, Portuguese. Starts looking a bit racist, doesn't it? Like, right. So we don't have many foreign players anyway. Obviously, we've got a couple of Brazilians. Do we have any good youngsters? Yes. I've never managed in the Portuguese fourth tier, so it's hard to judge how good this guy, but I feel like fourth tier of anything, that's not a bad player with a lot of passing ability, and he can see a bit, and he's got pace. That's about it, but he's one of our starlets. Okay. Do we have any... What's the sort of value of these players? Everybody's contract runs out at the end of the season. That's something to bear in mind. Might need to make sure we fix that. So far, we've just got some... They've not even got contracts. We've got some randoms. Our best player... We'll obviously check these more in depth when we get there. Our best players, we've got Vinny. Woo! He's like a really solid all-rounder. He makes that young guy actually look a bit bad. Okay. Vinny's decent. Didi. Okay, I'm surprised. And people have asked, like, why Portugal? Just because I've never really seen it on that much on YouTube, and I've never really gone in depth. I've never really gone for it, like, and learnt about it. And this, for me, I've got a brain like a sieve, as you know, and I just wanted to play in the best way I can learn about stuff is just to immerse myself in it, like how I fell in love with Mexico. Just love Mexico now and follow their teams and stuff. So that's the biggest reason I wanted to do Portugal, was just because they're a good side, but not the best nation in the world. They've got good youth systems, but they also sort of rely on Brazilian players and other stuff to sort of help fund their transfers. They do ridiculous money-making schemes in the top division where they bring these young players in, sell them to European clubs for stupid amounts of money. It's such a well-run league system. I'm sure, before any Portuguese people, I'm sure there's random corruption and bad owners and stuff. But, like, overall, it's great to see what Portugal are doing. It's great without the stupid money that, like, England have got and stuff like that. I think it's fantastic. Let's have a look at Kalunga. Oh, he's rapid. Two-footed? Go on, you little Zambian. Okay. Oh, my God, we've got two solid, really good centre-backs, I think. This is when you go into the first game of the season and you're feeling all optimistic, then you get absolutely smashed. Right, I won't bore you with this, because first job, as always, staff responsibilities. Okay, so the big thing I wanted to do, obviously, is make sure that I'm in control of all staff. Like, if I'm at a big team, I don't care about who my under-18s goalkeeper coach is, but that's going to obviously be a part of this. And it's a good way of saving money, because your assistant just sort of hands out contracts like they're free chocolate. We do have a B team. God knows where they play. We're fourth tier. I don't know. They play out by the back of the bins. So I've not managed that many teams with a B team. If anybody would like to let me know how best to use them, do I use them as a good team? Like, do I put players... Okay. Do I... Poor bastard. Okay. He's happy to be there. Yeah. Should I put some faith... Like, do I use this? How do I make use of this to develop our youngsters? Now, we got the under-19 Bs and the under-19s. Okay. I'm sure, is that where the youth will go into? And then this is the, like, under 21. We don't have any, but that's to be expected first season, the fourth tier, right? Didn't expect much in the way of... Right, let's have... I know I'm going to scare you all here. I just want a quick look at how we compare to the league. Okay, I think we're like one of the favourites. I think we're top I want to say 3. We are 1-91 on. Okay, well, it said we were third favourite in the, when you pick the club. I will take it because we are relegated side from last year. This is fine. We don't... I thought that was a very different player there. Ignore that. Got excited. So we should get on. I don't like taking over teams where they expect top of the league. We need to think of a plan if this doesn't go well. I think we just go to another one. We just suck it up. I'd never like taking over teams that are supposed to be favourites. I wasn't going to make any really transfers anyways. I was just going to try to fill the gaps in case there's any like giant holes in left back or something like that. But as it turns out, we've got a good team. The projection's bad, but it doesn't include so much things. So I don't know if we're going to be like massively overpaying and we have to get promoted or we go bankrupt type thing. This is obviously a new screen for FM23. We've got 36,000 social media followers, 100 season ticket holders with no waiting list. There's no waiting list. I don't know what sort of crowds we're going to get from the 100 season ticket holders. That looks bad. We've got 11% hardcore, 33% core fans, some fair weather fans. They'll start flooding in. You know it when we start going well. So this is one of the single biggest reasons why I picked this club. I wanted to have a board culture that sat in line with what I wanted to do. So I wanted this one. Develop clubs using the club's youth system because it might keep me from getting sacked. And there's only like 3 or 4 teams in the 4th tier that will actually have this. So I just picked one of these ones that also had a good facilities and stuff. Grow the club's reputation, that's fine. That'll just happen naturally. Win it. Not just get promoted. Win it. I don't know why this worries me. Is this my own hubris? I don't like the idea of having to win the league. I'm more of a give me that team that's supposed to be relegated and I'll survive and be a legend. Okay, right. I'm going to have a quick look through this. I'm going to do my transfers, what little we need, and build a tactic that you can copy if you want, if you're a masochist, and then we'll see how we get on. So with our current team, I've built a basic tactics. I had a look in the comparison bits just to see where we're actually strong. And as you can see, we're just like the best passing in the league with 10.2. Yes. We're a good side with a couple of weak areas. One being actually strikers. So we do need a first choice striker. I'm not sure if I'll go pressing forward. It depends what sort of striker I can find. But we just need an out-and-out striker. We do have a guy called David Silva. Sadly, not the David Silva, but, it'd be good to have the name on the back of the shirt. We do need a backup left back and a couple of other positions. We're going to start off with a control possession-based tactic. Not crazy, not full gegenpressing, but just like, because we're a good side, I want to dominate teams. If we were one of the worst sides in the division, then I'd go maybe a bit more counter-attacking, maybe a bit more long ball, but we're a good side. I was going to go like a variation of 4-2-2-2, but our best young player, the great hope, and don't get me wrong, I don't think he's going to win the Ballon d'Or, right? It might be too early, but he's a very good attacking midfielder, so he's going to go in there as number 10. We're going to build the team around this guy until he just doesn't develop well enough, and then we eventually give up and sell him for free. And I like playing with 2 DMs, mainly just so I don't have my assistant manager complaining that there's too big a gap between my midfield and my defence all the time. So, overall, good squad. I was tempted by playing with 3 centre-backs because we have 3 amazing centre-backs, but Mika, we've got 2 players called Mika, so this is now old Mika. Old Mika is getting on a bit. We're playing a little bit of a higher line, so I'm not sure if his pace is going to be an issue, but it just means we've got really good squad depth and rotation. I think the key man this season might be this cheeky little Zambian, Kenneth Kalunga, because he's got really good physicals. He's 2-footed. Playing as that inside forward, obviously not the best finishing in the world, but I think his physicals are just going to allow him to dominate a few teams. But overall, good squad. We just need a backup stroke rotational left back a striker, and maybe one more DM, and then we're done. So with the magic of editing, it'll edit some space out. So here I am doing my own thing, hoovering up some young Portuguese boys. And then I got an email, something I didn't know that I had. I'll pop the email up here. So the president has given me some more money. Envious eyes were cast towards Lusitânia Lourosa again today as the club announced an injection of £16.25 million by the free-spending president Hugo Mendes. Always liked him. I always said, apparently we have a sugar daddy. I had no idea, but, I'll take it. Little fun thing. Obviously, what you do when you have sudden influx of money is you go to the board and say, hey, can I have this? Nothing. He'll give me nothing. So the bank balance looks great. That's it. Hopefully that'll carry forward into next season. So that gives us quite a leg up. And I was thinking, okay, good. So it hasn't really helped us this season, but we're a good team. We're a solid team. We're favourites to go up. And then I got the email about top goal scorer odds in the Campeonato de Portugal. I'm sorry. It's a terrible accent. And it includes all of the four groups, so it combines them. That's why if you look on the season preview, it's everyone, right? This makes more sense now because the game must know, because our team isn't way better, and the game must know that we've got a shit ton of cash. But then the top goal scorer odds came up. None of my players were on there. That's fair enough. I haven't got the best strikers. But they are way better than anything I've got. Like any player. Which is incredibly worrisome for the, sacking. And as we know, rich, stupid people tend to sack more often. So I'm more worried now than when I didn't have any money, which is weird. But our goal this, just to before we play the first game, our goal for this season, or for the whole save, is to win, obviously get promoted, win Portugal, get in the Champions League, all that stuff. Do really well with the club as normal, right? But we want to get a Ballon d'Or winner from our youth, right? It's an ask, but now we've got a bit of cash. Hopefully that will help, which is always going to be an ask. But the first step of that is to get players from our youth to come into that, you get that email like the 50 best wonder kids in the world. Get some players in there that came through us. I'll take it if we've just signed some young players and they get in there. That's fine as well, but that's the dream. So let me show you our transfers. Obviously, this is all before we arrived. The outs, just a couple of randoms. We've sold our Bissau Guinean striker because we've got another young player in and we've got rid of a Brazilian left back. So, culling the foreigners. Brexiteers will be well chuffed about this save. They'll be so excited. Sorry, that was bad. Bad joke. So we've hoovered up some kids. Mateo da Sa Esteas, 18-year-old. Because obviously at this level, there's a few players on amateur contracts and stuff. You can get trials in, which is really helpful because I've only got one scout running around like a blue-ass fly. But this guy's really good. He's kind of very similar, incredibly similar to the already attacking midfielder we have. So these two are just going to battle it out. And then we've got Dario Catano on a free transfer. He is our young goalkeeper because we had a decent first choice goalkeeper and an Italian goalkeeper. So I thought we'll get this guy in as our backup. He looks good. He could break through. But nobody wants the Italian and now he's broken his leg or something like that. So we're stuck with him. But we've got a shit ton of cash. So I'm just going to stick him in the reserves and we'll pretend he never existed. So Luis Madeira. Also, another part of this save I decided to do is no loans in. No loans in. We can loan players out, but no loans in. We're not relying on any loans. I think it's one of the easiest way to get promoted up the divisions in any FM save is obviously it makes sense, right? But we're not doing that. We're making our own players. So this is a central midfielder. We're retraining him as a DM. He's kind of like not exceptional at anything. He's probably better going forward, but actually Cheeky Sungo Volante in the future. Just saying, I'm just saying, right? But like more of a bit of a punt here, really. We're going to make him, he's decent at sort of tackling and stuff, so we're going to make him a defensive midfielder. This is him, right? And then we got Thiago Vieira. Ooh, our new left. He's very happy to be our new left back, which is one of the areas we massively needed. His physicals aren't the best, which for a marauding wing back isn't ideal, but he's got some really good technicals and mentals and stuff, so that's nice. And then we've got, and he cost $5,000, by the way. I know. I did that before the money came in, and I was like, oh, I'm going to risk spending $5,000. Now it's whatever. Luri Moreira is our new striker. Another $5,000 signing. He's on £500 a week. He's our highest paid player. Really struggled to find good strikers. So I thought, well, we've got David Silva. We've got a couple of other okay ones. I'll just get a youngster in and hopefully he'll improve over time. And then Danilo Almeida came in just as a solid defensive midfielder rock that we're going to bring in and play. Like, he's just a really well-rounded player, boarding midfielder. So we have a nice squad. Portugal just seems to do everything right. I'm telling you, 9 subs in the lower leagues. Boom. We can make 5 subs. Lovely. It's great. I'm even having a goalkeeper on the bench just because I'm feeling fruity, you know. So bank balance is good. We've spent all our wages. Can I just chuck this in? Is it enough? Yeah, we're not over budget. What's actually surprising is to have a sugar daddy at a club, but hasn't got a million demands. Sign high reputation players and all the crap that normally comes along with that. They're pleased so far with my management. We have played 1 or 2 friendlies, and by that I mean pretty much a whole league season. But we went undefeated. And today we are playing Gondomar, which is like my 5th favourite Lord of the Rings city. Let's just have a look at their key player, just for the lols. There's a Pedro Texera. See what I mean? It worries me that we're supposed to dominate this league, and yet we're not that good. Yeah, so last season we got relegated from the 3rd division, the Liga 3. And then, but we got promoted the year before, so it's, we're a yo-yo club. I'm honestly worried. Okay, so we've got Marquez is our backup right winger. We're pretty strong, I think. Yeah, we're retraining him we need to retrain him to be a winger as well, just in case we need the depth. Not got the legs, but he's got the balls. I lost confidence. So Gustavo Texia. These two are amazingly similar. Can we compare? Will I find him in the list? So technically, Estevez is a little stronger. Physically, Texera's better. I'm just going to let them fight it out amongst themselves. We're going to go with a youngster up top because I like a gamble. Mika's there. We've got solid centre-backs. Goalkeepers. Yeah. That's the technical term. But Kalunga's going to do bits for us. Herrera. Right. Okay. Are we ready? I hate this first game. When you spend hours on it. And oh my God, they're one of the favourites. They're 5th out of 56. Okay. If I get smashed, what do I do? Quit? Pretend it never happened. Delete all the YouTube videos. Right. Okay, we're going to need to set all our options for game because, who'd want to remember what options I want to see the game in? Okay, I probably don't speak the language at the moment, so that's good. As for my personal human manager man, I just went with the whatever it was suggested for the level of club. But as soon as we got the big 16 million in, I was like, can I have a coaching course? And they said yes. I didn't even have to argue it. Okay, we have a kickoff highlight. Key. 2 up. Cross there. Just goals. Your director's fine. All good. We are playing in the Brazilian shirt, apparently. Oh, no, that's Gondor. We're playing in the Luton. Is it Luton playing orange? Blackpool, play it safe. Okay. I am very worried. Winners. Nice one, Vinny. Centre backs is our best. Oh, that looks offside. Oh, you delayed bastards! I waited. Ah, that's rude. And go on, Vinny. The centre backs are going to be so key this season. And another thing that I never remember to do, I set up set pieces first time with a new tactic. Didn't have to wait 10 games of reminding myself to do it. I'm going to try near post. And we're going to kind of work from there. And then if that's not working, we'll go try far post. I'll try and find the best way. Unless something I find is broken and we're scoring far too much, in which case we'll ignore that and do something else. Right, Mika. He can be brown. He can be blue. He can be violet sky. It's not going to be the only time I make this joke. Kulunga. Oh, that's a pen. Okay, so I don't know if I've got any good penalty takers. Let's find out. It's one of those... Oh, it's the captain, the centre-back. Go on, son. It's one of the things I'm really bad at when I'm signing players is I always forget to try and make sure I've got somebody that's like good at free kicks, good at corners, good at pens. I have to just hope that I got lucky. Okay, this is good. This is good, boys. I'm lucky in that this is not my first game of FM23. I've been playing lots of FM23, so I kind of have a grasp, loosely, on good tactics. Oh, look at this. Okay, that was... Kalunga's going to chase it. I don't mind that because he's so pacey. It's a ball in. Oh, Luri, the young striker. Is it Yuri? Yuri? Might have to nickname it. Feel free to comment suggestions. Lovely palm trees. Look at the detail. Looks like a COD map in the background. It's so detailed. Fabinho. Bastos. Eliseo. Bastos. It's fine. It's fine. I'm assuming there's no VAR at this level. Okay, boys. Good stuff. Hopefully this will be a season of just getting promoted. Just get promoted, boys. I'm not really bothered with like the under-18 staff or anything like that because we don't really have anybody yet. We can do that later on. Right, let's get the ball-winning midfielder on a yellow card off the pitch. We'll give David Silva. Yeah, he's got... I don't like his first name. His parents were wrong. Just call him Moreira. And let's give the other attacking midfielder a chance. And obviously, if we are just absolutely smashing teams, then, you know, I'll speed up the season a bit. Obviously, keep it interesting. And Brazil come forward on the attack. I see my World Cup predictions is going well. For anyone that didn't watch that video, I predicted Argentina to win the World Cup. It's going well. Oh, that's a bit of a scrambles. And we're going to stay balanced. We've got to be careful of fitness, I think, is going to be a slight problem. Just because we're playing a pressing system. So near post. Okay, Mika's there. I'm going to risk some praise because we're doing well. I think we have decent depth in most positions now. Maybe goalkeeper because the youngster's untested. I might do a revolutionary thing and use my goalkeeper like an outfield player and just sub him on. When 20 minutes left if we're 3-0 up or something. Nandinho. Okay. We'll just save one in case somebody's legs falls off. I would like a clean sheet. Been turned. A little bit divey, you want it? Okay, keeps. Come on, Marco. Make yourself a hero. Oh, seemed to go through it. Gondor have scored. Oh my God, we've been so dominant. They've actually come back into the game a little bit the second half. Should be fine, right? Should be just dropping it cautious. A little bit of time wastage, subbage. Vinny can come off. Tavares. Yes, come on. Kill him off. What a ball. What a ball! Oh, ref! It's fine. It's a good win. Away from home against a decent side. Big crowd. 2-1. And the Tangerine Army go marching on. Right. Why am I saving the game? Wow. I love the save every 30 minutes in real time thing. Such a good addition. Okay, I just want to check one thing before we finish up. Do we have any good set piece takers? Fingers crossed. Like captains? Fine. Got some decent. Old Mika. Yep, good. Okay. Okay, my left back. And my guy that doesn't play. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible. Any penalty takers? What's Mika's penalty taking? Don't try and sneak in penalty takers. Let the team decide. Okay. Wouldn't mind. Never mind. I was hoping that the young striker was going to be good at penalties so we can get some goals. Madeira's there. Okay. Not so much. Right. There we go. Well, things have happened. I obviously didn't know that this was a sugar daddy. I haven't had a sugar daddy for so many years. Oh, I'm talking about in-game. That took a turn. So that's brilliant because I've not experienced that for a while. I'm interested to see what he does because we weren't even in debt or anything. He just spooged hiding tax money or something in our club. But hopefully this should carry, right? He's going to, in the next window, he's going to say, "Here, I have 4 million to spend." Right. This is good. I'm going to, obviously, the biggest part of this with the money is that things like facilities, we can just get upgraded. We've already got good facilities. We can spooge a load of money in, get them upgraded. I've already asked. He said no, but he said, I've only been here a short time, so I can't talk to him. As it is. But this is good. Right, my friends, there. We are done for the day. I'm happy with my transfer window. We've got no real gaps. The only thing is a goalkeeper is probably a question mark, and the strikers maybe aren't quite enough. We won 2-1 and both our centre-backs scored. Yeah, Tony Pulis would be proud. Right, there we go, my friends. If you could do me the massive favour of with this series, if you could like the videos... subscribe to the channel, well, obviously, if you're not already, and ring the notification bell and leave a comment, even if it's just for the algorithm, just so it helps be seen by other people, because we are all slaves to the algorithm overlords. Right. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.